Welcome to the Two Dads, One Mike 10th episode. My name is Taylor. This is Mike. And
What's up?
we also have a guest this evening. Everyone, welcome Nick. You might have seen him on TikTok, and we finally asked him to join us because why not? Because we wanted a guest for our 10th episode. So, as always, we start with the drink of the show, and this time we're all separated, so we all have to show our drinks individually. Mike, why don't you start?
So what we're doing tonight is a game of drink roulette. So if you guys have followed through on your end, you have assembled a cooler of random beers or drinks or whatever.
Yep.
And you're going to blindly reach in and grab something and go. Now, you could have stacked the deck and put all High Lifes in or whatever. I don't know that. But I don't have that many of the same beer right now, so that's what created this idea. So let's grab a drink, our first drink, and we can explain what we got. Ooh. I got a Sierra Nevada Summerfest. One of my buddies brought this over last weekend, and I have one left of the 6-pack. So
nice. I have a Basic Bitch Michelob Ultra. Very refreshing.
Did you open it? Oh shit!
No, I have not. I have not opened it yet.
All right, you open it.
You finally did it. Yes, that's perfect.
Yeah. All right, you open yours, Taylor. What you got, Nick?
The tried and true basics PBR.
My jam.
The only way to do it, guys.
We haven't had PBR. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, gents.
All right. So now normally me and Taylor are both in the studio. His daughter decided to be sick today for some reason, which kind of threw a wrench in me and Taylor being in the same room because I don't want a tummy bug right now because we are 4 days into the school year. I don't want none of that smoke. Nope. No, thank you. I will inform you if you can't hear it when the pisser pot goes off because then we all have to drink. So that's how we will do it.
Correct. Now, luckily she is feeling better, and we don't really have too much of a stomach bug. It's more like she has a headache and her stomach hurt for a little bit, but now she's been fine for like a little while. But I know hour or two ago it was like, okay, she wasn't feeling good again, so I'm like, God damn it. So I'm just gonna stay home.
Yeah, I feel like part of that though, like with kids, like they get tired at the end of the night and just crash. Like everything gets worse at night, right before they go to bed.
Correct.
And you send them to bed, and then they might start out, downhill, and then slowly work back up to seeming normal throughout the day, and then go from there. But yeah, well, I'm glad she's feeling better.
Yeah, so hopefully tomorrow she's fine because I don't want to be dealing with this shit for another day. So we'll see.
Yeah. But I do understand why our kids throw fits when we promise we're doing something and then plans change.
Right.
Because I was legit at work. We had literally started planning out the meal for tonight because we were going to do, me and Taylor and our families were going to do a neighborhood dinner. Mm-hmm. And dinner and a movie, like it's the first week of school. Everyone's tired or was supposed to be tired. No one in my house apparently was, except for my wife. And then all of a sudden his wife is like, sorry, we're going to have to call it because I'm going to pick her up from school. And I'm like, no, it like wrecked my day. Legit.
Well, we were talking about chicken nugget bar too. So that was,
oh yeah.
I was really looking
doing mass chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
And like build your own, like make a salad, just have all the sauces lined up. Like,
yup. You guys say that it's funny because at our family Christmas party, my sister will go and pick up 100 nuggets from McDonald's and bring them and just set about buffet style. All the sauces,
shut the hell up! That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome!
I look forward to it every year. Oh yeah, dude, great.
Well done.
That's getting more and more expensive now.
Oh shit. Yeah, you have to take out a loan for this one.
Yeah.
So, with us all on here together, we kind of wanted to talk about our TikTok journey, our social media journey, whatever you want to call it. And I kind of wanted to go kind of with each individual here that's on this call. Oh, Mr. Pot.
Mr. Pot, drink.
I kind of wanted to talk about each of our journeys, kind of why we did what we did. Obviously, Mike and I's story is pretty self-explanatory, but I'll have Mike still explain it. And then we'll go.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Right. So, Nick, why don't you start? Why did you join social media, and where has it taken you? Give me all the backstory.
Yeah, sure. So honestly, I think like everybody who is on social media and makes content right now, I started off as a watcher and just kind of always from, I mean, middle school onwards. I'm 30, so I was born in 95, kind of right in that age of the internet. So right as I started getting into like those like really like formative years, right to YouTube, always watching content, watching vlogs, watching videos. And so when TikTok came out, around pandemic time, I downloaded that and I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is really neat.
Sure.
You can kind of, make cool templates on your phone, post a video. Never took it seriously. December of last year, I decided, hey, I'm a stay-at-home dad. I got nothing really going on, but I got little side projects that maybe I can post on TikTok and get a following. I wanted an excuse to go out and buy Hot Wheels cars, so like I could show those off and stuff.
Which, by the
Any
way,
excuse
those are
we need
very
for
awesome.
that.
Right,
Yep.
that's all back there. Oh, and there's a box hidden behind there that's just, I mean, maybe 50 or 60 sitting in there that I just.
I saw your wall on one of your posts in the background, and I'm like, oh, I had to watch it back a couple times, which helps you out, but like because I was staring at the wall behind you and then
Oh yeah,
wasn't paying attention to what you were doing or saying. And I was like, oh my goodness, look at all that. It's awesome.
getting the views. I like it. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, it just kind of came to the point where it's like, hey, I've been a watcher for so long. I think I know how to make a good video. So let's just see what happens and
Sure.
have like a creative outlet on top of it all because I'm not working and I don't really have anything to show for what I'm doing right now other than a kid, So
Right.
let's
Yeah,
do this. Why
only,
not?
yeah,
Yeah, only a kid, and he's pretty great. I won't lie, but
yeah.
yeah, I gotta have something lasting. I gotta put myself on the internet,
There
So,
you go.
Sure. Sure.
so yeah, we started posting December and just kind of went from there.
So
Winter.
so let me ask you this. Have you found
Yeah,
that you've had some pretty good success with your TikTok journey?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, since December till now, I started the account fresh. I started a brand new account, so it wasn't my one that I had for years.
Yeah.
Algorithm messed up from just years of scrolling. Um, 0 to I think I'm sitting around like 2,200 followers, 2,300
Nice.
followers now in
Nice.
a little under a year.
Nice.
I got my first viral video going. I got 5 million views sitting
Dude,
on
that's
one,
a
almost a
bad.
million likes on the profile.
Is that the
We're
soda one?
That's the soda one, yeah, the
Nice.
Coke
Nice.
freestyle one,
Didn't
and
you
it's
get
funny
put in
too.
TikTok jail for that one for a little bit?
Not that one. I got just
Oh, I
TikTok
thought.
jailed for my lives. Like typically,
Oh,
I no filter, and TikTok's AI filter just catches
Oh
me
yeah.
in
It's
jail.
one of those things that you got to be extremely careful what you say and how you say it because they will dock you for sure.
Oh, 100%. And it's hilarious too because you guys made the same joke on one of the last, I think it was episode 8 or episode 9 podcasts about like selling your OnlyFans account. And
Oh.
like, oh yeah,
oh
I have
yeah.
OnlyFans.
Yep.
That's what
we
I said.
we're definitely the two dads, one cup variety. Yes.
Yep.
There we go. 3 dads this
That's
episode.
right. Now it's
Three
three
days.
dads.
Watch out.
That cup is full.
Bring your picture now.
That's right. That's right.
2 dads, 1 pitcher. Oh god. Okay.
Correct.
But
Oh
yeah,
shit.
No,
no.
so well that explains it. Your age maybe explains why you're. I feel like we have a similar following now. So like in terms of numbers wise, we just eclipsed 2,400.
Dude, you get
Which
screwed.
Yeah.
yeah, we jumped up because I didn't open this TikTok. What do we do? Maybe a couple weeks before our first episode, so that
Yeah.
was
Something like that.
early June.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
It
was
wasn't
gonna say
very long
nothing
ago.
more than like three,
No,
4 months, right?
right? And I'm sitting here thinking like, oh man, I got a couple days where I don't get a couple new followers. I'm like, oh, what's happening? This is the wall. Like this is it. This is where I stop. Right?
Yep.
But like, Taylor's been kind of coaching me along because he's been on it far longer than I have, and has helped me quite a bit. But your age and that like, so we have what I'm trying to get to is we have similar number of followers.
Mhm.
I feel like your videos have gotten substantially more views consistently
Sure.
than ours have, which, whatever, call it jealousy, call it whatever you want, but but you're also like, they're good videos, like they just are. So maybe that's because, like you said, you grew up, like as you got into it, the internet was there already, where Taylor, he's a little younger than I am, but like I grew up before all of this. Like
Sure.
I was born in '86, so I I don't feel like I'm, like, I don't know anything about it, but I feel like I feel super old being on these social media platforms because stuff doesn't work, and I'm like, huh? How do you do this?
He's like one of those Facebook grandpas that have to go like this.
Yeah, right. Answers it
They
right.
taking a picture of themselves.
But yeah, so I pretty much piss or pot. We're running hot tonight,
Heck yeah.
Someone's got to stop taking a shit or a piss over there.
right? So, but I only created it for this podcast. So like,
Yep.
And so I don't know. I started a fresh one. I didn't have any. I pretty much only had Facebook before, and I pretty much didn't do anything on that. I just used that to scroll. But
Sure.
so now it's totally different, you know, with the mindset of like trying to create stuff or whatever. And it's kind of fun. You get the juices flowing and stuff. And when you get those ones that get a couple thousand views, you're like, oh man, yeah, that, like, it feels good. It's that instant gratification, right?
Yep.
Um, but I'm mostly just flying by the seat of my pants is what I'm doing, and just posting random shit and seeing what sticks. What do you got? So tell us a little bit about for everyone who doesn't know kind of your background, Taylor, on TikTok, and how long you've been on it, and how you got.
So I'm kind of a similar story to Nick here, where it's like I had a TikTok prior to the one I have now. Just following, watching, kind of this, mindless scrolling per se. And so finally, I started mine back last June, and right now I think I'm at 13,700 followers.
Yeah.
But where I made the most of my headway. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Where I made the most of my headway was in the political field,
Yeah.
talking about all sorts of politics and this, that, and the next thing. And then the presidential cycle came along, and that's where I really kind of took my account to the next level. So I started getting like collab invites to go to like the DNC stuff, and like it was like it was a big thing back then, and I didn't do any of it because I was like shit in my pants. I didn't know I didn't know how to
Yeah.
do this. I just started making videos and started doing opinion pieces on here, and but ever since then I've just kind of continued with it, and slowly we're growing, and I think we'll probably be at 14,000 within a couple of weeks if I had to take a guess.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like being the consistency part of it. I think is the biggest thing. Where it's like, when you see these videos on TikTok, where it's like you got to be consistent. It's legitimately you have to be consistent
Yep.
because you don't post for a day or 2 days, the algorithm doesn't pick you up anymore. So even if you post something stupid, right, where it's like you just mowing the lawn, I mean, that is the algorithm at least keeping you fresh on the For You page.
Absolutely. Kind of stirs that pot. I also
Correct.
kind of found too with like I started out very similarly to how Mike started off with like the Two Dads page where hashtag dads supporting dads. That was one
Yeah.
of the biggest ways to grow. But I
Yeah.
found that engagement out of all of those followers that I gained out of that period of only posting those type videos
Yeah.
weren't there. But winter hit, and I started following like a bunch of like stay-at-home moms who would go out thrifting and stuff. And little people were like the biggest thing over winter and stuff. Those winter months to go out and thrift. So I was like, oh man, I got a bunch of thrift stores by me, and I got to kill time with a 1.5-year-old, 1 year
Well, that's
old.
perfect.
Why not? So I started posting those videos, and then that following, my demographic went from 80, 90%, 40-year-old men, 50-year-old
Yeah.
men to 90%, 30-year-old women. And so
Yeah.
it just like fully flipped over within a few months. And that's when everything kind of started going. But I was posting towards that engagement versus just like everything. I kind of
Yeah.
niched down, if you will.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
not
that's
just me, though.
you probably grew because women are such far superior at communicating
There
than
you go.
men are. Men will just look at something and go, "Huh."
Yeah.
Like,
Like
oh, he wants
I'm
me to like
just
this?
gonna call it how it is.
It's hilarious. I can always tell what follower, like when I got the follower based on like the comment, because it'll
Yeah.
always be like a dad with like sunglasses on and it's just like 3 emojis for the
Yeah.
comment versus like a stay-at-home mom will have like a 9+ word written out thoughtful comment or something on
Yeah.
the
Yep.
video. It's like, oh, I
Like, oh, this is such a
universal
great
follower.
video. You get it so good. I think this is really funny. Blah blah blah. Right.
Absolutely. And then it's just Roy with laughing, smiley face emojis.
And
Yeah.
then Roy sends you a DM like, "Hey, you single?"
Yeah, right. Yeah, you want to join my
Yep.
church group?
Mike's ran into that a few times.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
hey,
We were
there you go, Mike.
batting guys away for a while here. It comes up regularly on our
Burn,
pods too.
Vernon.
Oh my
Vernon.
gosh.
Yep. But yeah, so what I wasn't expecting, and I didn't have any expectations coming on to TikTok. Like I was like, oh, this is just what those young kids do, as I'm sitting there yelling at them, saying, get off my lawn and that shit, right? But what I wasn't expecting, nothing about any thought that I had of TikTok is any sort of sense of community with this dad supporting dad. So this dad supporting dad stuff, a lot of it is just, hey, I'm gonna click support, and then that's kind of it. Like a lot of those guys are just kind of whatever. It might circle around on their page and stuff, but from that, then we have a group. Are we up to 11 or 12 guys now?
Yeah, something like that. I think
In
11.
in a chat on TikTok that is really cool. So us three are from Wisconsin. I think we're the only ones from Wisconsin. We got guys from New York. Where else? Was it
Missouri, I
Oklahoma
think.
or
Missouri.
Missouri? Pittsburgh.
This
Oh,
Pittsburgh.
Pennsylvania as well.
Mm-hmm. So like,
Shout out Daddy and Roni.
yeah. Shout out. So there's this whole like group of guys that are legit like sharing stuff about their lives and opening up. And for some guys, maybe that might be the way they open up the most. Like everybody kind of is able to do open up and share their emotions and their thoughts or whatever in different ways. And I'm one of those people that have a hard time talking it out, as hard as that seems from this podcast. But like when it comes to true what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, I don't know how to articulate that well.
Right.
But I can write it down better than I can talk it out. Right.
Yep.
So it's really cool to see, we've supported, guys have supported and helped with, resume stuff, like job interviews, given stuff like that, right? Like we've had other guys share deeply personal stuff and hardships they're going through, currently or have gone through, and like it's just cool to see that community. It isn't huge; it's 10 or 12 of us, but it's a group of guys that are. It's not at all what I was expecting from TikTok.
Oh, totally. No, I completely agree. And that was one of those things where it's like when it first started, I like started TikTok just like, yeah, this is a fun creative outlet. This is just something I'm gonna do on the side, whatever. Life will go on when I'm not on this. But so essentially Daddy and Roni, one of the
Yep.
founding members of the group, he messaged me after a couple of months of maybe following each other, and he goes, hey man, I'm interested in maybe starting a little dad's group on here. There's a couple of dudes that like I think are cool. I like their content. Maybe we can join a little thing together, kind of help each other with like content ideas was like the initial thing. But like you said, yeah, it just grew into so much more, We started it together. It was just us two, and then instantly I was like, "Hey, you know what? I know these fellas from Wisconsin. Maybe we'll see if we get you guys in. And then boom, you
First off,
guys.
I cannot believe you are here in the state with us. Like that
Oh
is
yeah,
awesome
right.
to me. Like when Mike and I finally put two and two together that you're from here,
Yeah,
I'm like he's only fucking West Bend.
yeah, dude. Like
Like
literally,
I
like
said to Mike, I'm
40
like we
minutes
can go
away.
get a beer downtown Milwaukee or something, and
Yep.
like go to a Bucks game or
100%.
something crazy. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
100%. Because you guys are from like Franklin, right? Like South
Yeah,
Yep.
Milwaukee,
yeah.
area. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, dude, that's no problems. Yeah,
It,
yeah.
we go up. We went up to that shoot. What park is it? They have the like beach pool with the
Oh,
big
Fenster
inflatable.
Park. Yeah,
Yeah, we went
dude.
up there a couple times this summer. Like it's not
That's
that
like
far
our
of a drive,
go-to. I'm there at least once a week with my son, like just
as you
hanging out at the
should.
playground there. Yeah, it's a
Yep.
great park.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's
that's so cool. I didn't know you guys made it up to this neck of the woods. Because
Oh
like,
oh
yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah.
what?
Yep. Yeah. We love that place. We'll be going there a lot next summer. We didn't find it till right before we went on vacation and stuff this year.
Heck yeah.
I think a couple years ago we heard about it, but they didn't have lifeguards or something, so it wasn't up
Yep.
and functioning. But yeah, but it's really cool to see all these. And you had mentioned we got to do this sometime. Hibachi style like podcast around the flat top
Yes.
because you've put a couple cooking videos out there, a couple recipe things out there that I've seen.
Heck yeah.
I don't mind cooking. We have one of our first podcasts was all about partially about what I did on the 4th of July, right? So we'll get there someday. We got to figure out a time for that, but
Oh yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. I think yeah, we cooking podcasts is definitely in the future. Bonfire podcasts, late night or even like TikTok lives, that's one of those things too where
yeah,
once I got on TikTok, it's like, oh, I need to get 1,000 followers because I want to go on live. And then I got
yeah,
live access and I never wanted to use it because I was too scared. But it's like you
Dude,
do
I'm
stuff like
telling you,
this.
Mike and I tried to go live separate the other day, and so like Mike went live, and then he talked to some people, but like like it was choppy. Mike was telling me this,
yeah,
and then so then I go live, and then I'm like, I don't know what to say, like
Yeah.
without
yeah,
Mike
yeah.
and I bantering back and forth with each other, we don't know what to do with our hands.
It's like that Ricky Bobby, like, what do I do with my
Yeah.
hands?
Right, right.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
So finally,
No,
luckily I knew a couple of people. I think Coy was in there, and then
Oh, dude, Koi.
there was a couple of other people that were in there that we had talked to the night before, and
there you go.
so it was fine. But it's just like that I tried to talk football, and I'm like, I forget how to play football, like
Everything just
it's
goes
just
right out the bio.
Yeah.
100%.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Well,
It's
that's
like
why
shit, man.
I saw you on, and I thought just the other day when I jumped on quick for a couple minutes, I was like, oh, he must have posted something, so I clicked on it, and I'm like, oh shit, he's live. Okay, cool. Hey, what's up?
Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
sitting there. I'm like, man, it's early, or I don't even remember what time it was. Cause I've done it a couple of times in the morning where I just pop on. I'm like, well, I'm going through emails. Cause I picked up a little side job here, and
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
well, I'll just,
Yeah, you did twerking up streets. I get it,
dude,
man. I get it.
gotta do what you gotta do,
Yeah, that's right. That's
Right.
right.
and pays the bills, At
Yeah.
least for now. At least for now.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's just like one of those things where I find lives are just fun for like sitting in the background. Somebody comes in, just start talking with them, and that directs the live, Because like I would sit on Twitch for hours while I was working and have like a stream in the background and stuff. But like I like video games, but like I can't sit there and play those for that long anymore, and there's no
Yeah,
time ever. So it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, when can
Of
I fit
course,
it
right.
in? Dishes, emails,
Fix a pot.
Oh,
And I'm going in for my second round of roulette here.
Oh boy.
Oh shit! I found a high noon.
high noon. All right.
Blood orange tequila seltzer. This is gonna mix well.
You're gonna have diarrhea.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
will be.
Yep. Yep. That'll be fun at the
Your
soccer game tomorrow morning.
your wife's gonna fucking be like, "What did you do last night?"
Yep. Yep.
Oh man.
But yeah, so where do you want your TikTok stuff to go? Like, are you planning to? Do you want to venture out to more stuff, build a whole brand, and do all that shit? Or what are your motivations now? Like that you've spent a little time with on TikTok and kind of switch from that consumer to the creator side.
Yeah, that's a really good question, and I think it's like a really important question for any creator is like just to like not lose sight of what that mission is, right? And I think right now personally, I can't speak for you guys, but like look at my TikTok page. I've maybe posted a video in the last 2 weeks or so, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just one of those things where like for me, I just ebb and flow with that like
Yep.
creativity kind of rut, and then it's like, oh, now I got funny stuff I can think of and post and everything. So for me, it's just I kind of want to just kind of continue to stay motivated and just post what I think's funny and kind of
Mm-hmm.
grow a community around being a dad, having kids,
Yep.
being existing in this kind of fucked up world that we're living in right
Right,
now, and
right.
I'll
just
get
kind
to
of
that shit.
to hey fuck it, we're gonna have to.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, just trying to find the humor in the everyday stuff and
Mm-hmm.
kind of build like that lifestyle content.
Yep.
If
Round
a following comes from that,
two. Here we go.
cool.
Michelob
Oh,
Ultra
there you
again.
go.
But yeah, I think I always like getting free shit. So any brands ever want to collaborate, I'll
Give
give it a
shout
shot
out to any
too.
brand.
But
Just hit any of us up. We're
We
down.
hey,
Well,
love
all of us.
free stuff.
all of us, yeah.
We like selling ourselves out to any brand. Anytime we bring some up, I think one of the last episodes we're like, hey, Jose Cuervo, hit us up, or any tequila, or
Oh yeah,
anything. Anybody wants to send us anything, we'll talk about it.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Yep.
dude, I'll say anything positive for a couple bucks. I don't care.
That's all it costs. All right,
Not the
I'll
worst
take
thing
that.
I've done.
All right.
Yeah,
Is
I
there?
don't. Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Taylor.
Nope. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think we were when we kind of conceived the idea for this podcast stuff, we were kind of talking about what where we want to go, if we want to get into a niche or anything like that, right? Like if we want to go down, and we wanted to keep it open. I think what we're ending up finding ourselves in is like, just like you said, that lifestyle kind of dad humor, the stuff that we find funny, and that's what kind of created it, or is creating, this community of our followers and all that stuff that is kind of culminating now, just because of finding like-minded people and trying to have like we said, and I think in our first episode, like, we don't mind talking about serious shit. Like,
Oh,
we'll have those deep conversations, but we also are probably going to have fun and joke while we're doing it. Like, and that's just kind of how we are. We can have a serious conversation about a serious topic and then crack one joke and we're all laughing and stuff like that. But um, I think that's one of those balances that you have to find in life is how to find the funny stuff, how to find the humor in the little things, right? How to stay positive, all that stuff. Because this world is getting more and more fucked up, it seems like. And
dude,
I don't
you
know how to raise 4 chillins and try to tell them, like, yeah, this is how this works, or that's how that works, and this is what you should do, because it's ever changing, right?
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, we appreciate the community we found on so far. Now we've added a couple people to the group and stuff, and I think it's a cool movement.
I think so too, and honestly, I think it's one that needs to grow because I think you hit home with something there. It kind of just resonated with me of like, I think as guys, and I'm talking in stereotypes here, so I'm not generalizing everybody, but like as guys, we typically don't know how to share emotions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we talk to our wives at the end of the night, but that's about it. Me and my guy friends, my best friends, I've known them for almost 20 years now at this point. Couldn't tell you where they're at mentally, but me personally, I'm an open book. If anybody asks, I'll talk about it. And so
Yep.
it's one of those things where it's like I think being around and having that community of like-minded, like thinking, maybe in similar situation guys, different backgrounds can kind of bring that out of each other. And like you said, you got to laugh through it. We're going to talk about serious shit because, you gotta.
We
It's
need to,
working
yeah.
through it. We can't have that bottled in, and it's important as men to learn how to communicate that and learn how to do that
Right.
effectively.
Yep.
And one of the best ways is through comedy, right? I mean, dark humor is one of the funniest things I have out there. And, you know, it's one of those things where it's like I'll scroll through my For You page and half the videos that pop up, it's like, ooh, I'm going to put on a list if somebody sees that, or, you know, if I'm caught laughing at that, you know, but you gotta laugh. You gotta build that community that you feel comfortable with and you can laugh with and can cry
Yeah.
with. And that dad's club is definitely one of them. So
Yep.
my pitch out to the world, anybody listening to this, if you find yourself similar background situation as us, hit any of us up and join. You know,
Yeah.
we'll send the invite in because it's a movement. You know, the more the merrier. We're better in numbers, especially
Yep.
nowadays. So
Yep.
yeah, man.
There you go. I like that. By the way, I didn't want to cut you off because you were on a good roll. Piss or pot just happened. So
I just drank.
there you go. You just have a sixth sense. You can
Yeah,
sense.
I heard it kind of trickling in the background. I was like, oh,
Yeah. You got a trained ear.
you're right. Yeah.
No. So yeah, I got. I think it's really cool, and I was just talking to one of our neighbors, Taylor, when I was walking one of the kids over to the neighbor's house or whatever, and coming back. They were walking their dogs, and I was like, "Yeah, we're recording our 10th episode. You know, we have our first guest. You know, all pumped." They're like, "Oh, really?" And she was like, "Oh man, when you guys were talking about this podcast and starting this, like, I just figured you'd do one, record it, post it. That was it. Like that was just like you guys are really doing. Like you guys are going all out." I'm like, "We're not really going all out. We're just literally doing
We're just
what
doing
we
the
do
same
every
shit we
day.
normally do.
Yeah, this is just what we do. We just sit, bullshit, and talk and drink, right?" And there's usually a lot more chaos and running around and shit. So like we wouldn't be able to record while kids are running around because we're involved. Like we're not just sitting down off to the side watching all the chaos. We're in the
You're
middle of it.
millennial dads. You're involved dads. Yeah,
Yeah,
it happens.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And as it has shown on our podcast. Sorry, I gotta go. My kid's literally coming down with fucking hand, foot, mouth. Like that. That's real life, and that's why we wanted to not re-record that last episode that was like sideways. Because I'm like, no, because that's gonna be. We talked about it. We're like, do we have to re-record? And I don't think it would have been the worst thing, but I don't want to try to replicate something and sound scripted, right? When we were looking at names for podcasts and stuff and kind of doing some of that research, we look up some and stuff like that. And some of these guys are just behind a computer screen and just staring at that and they're talking so monotone. They got the mic hanging down like this, like, yeah, so I had a fun day at the zoo. And it's like, God, yes, I would never listen to that shit. So
Yeah.
we try to be like completely unplanned, as you can tell, Nick, through this process. This is the amount of communication we've had before the show is at least 50 times greater this week than it was ever before. And then we still had to shift at the last second, you know, with the sick kid, right? Right, is just how that goes.
It's
So,
real life. That's showbiz, baby. It
right,
happens.
that's kind of what we are trying to do is just like we're real dads, we're involved, we love our family and our kids and our wife, and if we need to, we got to take care of business first before we can do the fun stuff, right? Like we're doing now. Which this is we're just here to have fun and share this stuff. So
Absolutely.
yeah. We got anything else? Did we have anything else?
No, not that I can think of. Nick, you got anything for us?
You know, I think I kind of got my main goal was to maybe kind of pitch Dad Club out there. If there's any other dads
Yeah.
that want to
Hit
join
us
us,
up.
hit us up. You know, we're
Yep.
friendly. We don't bite most of the time.
Most of the time. We'll jump on you every once in a while. You know, drop the people's elbow or something.
Oh,
But
exactly.
That's right.
Occasionally
That's
a little
right.
back to the head, whack up. Yep. Yeah. No, I think this was a great time. You know, this is my first podcast. I've always thought, like you watch those interviews and stuff. It's like, oh, what would I say? If anybody ever invited me on a podcast, and then like it happens, and you're like, oh, dude, I have nothing to talk about, and I would kill myself if I had to listen
And
to
you
this
finally
episode.
got your big break on Two Dads, One Mic.
With
And
all
that's
of our
it.
12 followers.
All of our 12 followers.
But like, if we combine all of our TikTok following together, we're like just shy of what, like 18,000.
Something
So
like that,
that's
yeah, yep.
that's a lot of people.
I mean, think
Well,
about it.
Think about
18,000 people in a stadium, right? It's
it.
like, when you
right.
think about it from that perspective, that's a lot of people.
Well,
That's too many people.
I'll never forget this, Taylor. When we first created the Two Dads One Mic TikTok, and I'm like, oh yeah, I feel like we hit this wall at like we only have 200 followers, and he's like, yeah, think about 200 people at your house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, that's a lot of people. He's like, that's a lot of people. Like whether or not whatever your reason for following someone, it's you still have to make that the act of following, right? It's a choice, right? So that when you shift your perspective, that was pretty cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, every follower is an honor, and it's just one of those things where when you start not expecting anybody to ever follow you or anybody to
Right.
ever want to
That's
watch
when they
your stuff.
all follow.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
You're right.
Yep. But no, this was a great time, guys. I really appreciate it. I drank my beer too slow. I still have one swig left, so
Well, you
Well,
maybe
better
when I
perfect.
do
get
it.
Well,
out,
that
I'm
will
chugging
allow
the
me to
rest.
do the ending here. So, with any
Yeah.
questions to the show, please email us at 2dads1mic414 at gmail.com. I did not fuck it up this time. The number 2dads, the number 1mic at gmail.com. Other than that, gentlemen, thanks for
Ooh.
joining us for the 10th
Piss or
episode
pot.
of the Two Dads, One Mic podcast. I'm Taylor. This is Mike. That's Nick. Peace.
Peace.